I'm planning on releasing my game Project Torrim at the end of March, but there's a problem. In the later levels of the game, the performance absolutely tanks, and the game is pretty much unplayable. So of course I'm rewriting the collision system in the same month as I want to release. Is this necessary? Probably not, but I've convinced myself it is. Will this kill the game? I hope not, but it's possible. Is this a smart idea? Definitely not. However, if it works out, it will not only improve the game, but also any future games made with the engine, so I'm doing it anyway. How's it going everybody? I'm Lewis, also known as Skeffels, and welcome to the 41st devlog for Project Torrim, my Iron Age fantasy tower defense game. Last week I was in a similar position and began creating a Quadtree, which is a great data structure for collision systems to use. I showed off points being added to the tree and quads forming. This is great but needs some expansion before being used as a base for a collision system. As such, this week I plan on allowing different shapes to be added to the tree and seeing if I can utilise the tree for the collision system itself. Looking at this right now, it seems like quite a lot of work and I'm concerned about the game deadline, but hopefully it will be okay. If you want to help my motivation, make sure you like the video and subscribe. It's honestly really nice to know people are interested in the project. So let's get started. It's halfway through my week and I now have support for circles and rectangles in the Quadtree. This is great as these shapes are supported by my existing collision system and used extensively in Project Torrim. Adding these shapes was quite easy, although required a little more thought than points. This is because shapes can cover multiple quads. I originally tried adding each shape to every quad it covered, but when multiple shapes are in a quad it makes the quad split down a lot and causes lag. So I settled for placing shapes in quads that fully contain them. This means quads split less, but the code after has to do a few more checks. At first this doesn't seem great, but after seeing the system work smoothly with 500 plus objects, I was happy with the choice. With this done, I felt almost ready to implement the Quadtree to the collision system, but I was curious at how much the Quadtree really affects the performance. So I set up the same scene with the existing collision system. With the Quadtree I felt a short lag spike when the game loads, which I suspect is because the engine is loading all the sprites for each individual shape. After that it runs very smoothly. With the old system I feel lag throughout. Moving the mouse has a distinct delay which is just horrific. So you can see there's a difference, but just how different are they? Using a stopwatch in C# I measured how long an update takes to both scenes. I did this 1,000 times per scene to find the average and then compare them. The old system average is about 50 milliseconds, whereas the system with the Quadtree is 9. That's 17% less time, or 559% faster if you prefer. I'm super happy to see how well the Quadtree performs. Let's get it in the game's collision system. It's come to the end of my development week, and honestly it's not gone well. I've added a Quadtree to the collision system. Some features seem to half work, like being able to click buttons in the menu, but only once, and the performance really isn't the boost I had hoped for. Here the game is running about 1 frame per second, which is what I was trying to avoid. This is probably the worst thing I can think to happen in the release month, and quite frankly could delay the release. Collision is crucial to pretty much every game, so if I cannot fix this, then it may kill the game. That being said, I still have hope. I've been trying to retrofit the Quadtree into the existing collision system, which has proved to be a nightmare. I may fare better if I build the collision system around the Quadtree to really take advantage of the tree itself. The tests earlier on in the week proved the tree is faster, so if I can strip out the quirks of the old system, then it may just be what I need. Before I get into my plans for next week, I want to mention my Twitch stream. Last week I played Planet Zoo, which took me some time to get, but I really enjoyed playing. I will be streaming once again this week for 2 hours after this devlog airs, so that's 2:15 GMT at twitch.tv/Geffles. Jump in and say hi if you can. I will be playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, which is a childhood favourite of mine, so I'm excited for that. What do you think about this week's progress? Let me know in the comments below. Personally, I'm a little bit worried I won't be able to get it done, and this will stop the game in its tracks. In all honesty, I definitely overestimated what I could get done this week. I assumed putting the Quadtree into my collision system will be easy and instantly improve it, but now I realise that was quite naive thinking. Although I'm glad I can take the opportunity to refactor all the collision code, it's gotten quite messy through attempts to improve performance, which shouldn't really be necessary when using the Quadtree. If you're interested to see how this turns out, make sure you subscribe to get notified when the next devlog is released. I hope you've enjoyed watching this devlog for Project Torrim. Leave a like to let me know you did. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.